All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Vitamin P Fitness YouTube channel. My name is Nick Penizzato, and we're going to take a break from our regularly scheduled programming today. I know we're used to fitness related. This still pertains to fitness and health a little bit, but this is more of a mindset kind of focus. As we're through, down in Florida, we're through our first week of kind of shutdown, where they closed down all the gyms, restaurants, things like that, and it's progressing with the COVID-19. But just the general pulse of everything and the uncertainty and the fear is all very normal. I want to be the place of hope during this time. So what I want to accomplish in this video is how to not only overcome adversity, getting by and just overcoming is a pretty low bar. That's setting the standard low. I like to set the bar a little bit higher. I don't want to talk about just overcoming adversity. I want to talk about thriving and prospering through adversity and being in a better place on the other side of this than you were going in, which is a horrifying thought. But we're going to lay out some very simple things today that discuss that. My mission at Vitamin P Fitness is to better the world through accountability and brutal honesty. I get made fun of a lot for using accountability 1,000 times a day, but it really is a very powerful word for me. I happen to use health and fitness as a tool to hold people accountable and help with their goals. Those are very awesome tools to use for that mission statement. Like I said, my mission today is to show you how not only to show you not only to overcome adversity, but how to prosper through it and end up in a better spot. So before we dive in, disclaimer: some of this stuff might be familiar to you. I like to read. I like to listen on Audible a lot. So I've taken some things that I've gathered over the years from some of my favorite authors and some people that I've listened to that have worked really well for me, and I've kind of reduced it down to this little outline I put together today, some of my favorites that have really helped me not only in my physical goals, but my professional, my spiritual, mental goals as well. So this is a nice little checklist I put together, and we'll go through it right now. So if you can't see it, don't freak out. I'm going to have a graphic for you as part of this video, so don't sweat it that you can't read. Step one is limitations. So we are going to address your limitations. We all know we have them, but the tendency, the human nature is to we don't want to be vulnerable, so we try and either avoid those things or cover them up. So my challenge for you for limitations is to look internally and address all the places where you feel you could be better, address the places where you're being held back, you're holding yourself back, or little things maybe you don't know or you could do better at. Address those things. Moving down the list, you have to be brutally honest with yourself about those things. So it's very easy to say I'm not good at this, but we get by with this. It's human nature. It's what we do. We want to continue to move forward, but those little things start to build up, and it makes for a very weak infrastructure, a very weak foundation. And then accept the discovery. So when you are being brutally honest with yourself and you find these things that you're not very good at, accept what you found. Let's get better at them. Next step is going to talk about that, and just acceptance is that last step of our limitation discovery. So after limitations, where do? We modify. So we have to modify appropriately. So we're modifying our current situation by managing limitations. How do we do that? We've addressed our limitations. We've been honest about them. We've accepted what we've discovered. So managing those limitations, there are two paths you can go down. You can ask for help, which is my favorite path, because usually you learn exactly what you need to learn about that specific shortcoming, or you take on the challenge by yourself and you try and learn it on your own, which is fine. Generally a little bit more time consuming, but once you have it, you have it. There's not one right or wrong answer for every solution. It's kind of what fits the mold. If learning something new requires you to go back to school for 4 years, and we're talking about a pretty short-term goal, obviously, if a little piece of the goal takes longer than the whole mission, that doesn't really make any sense. Easy example for that is if you want to get really fit and you're not sure on where to start and you want to go back to school and study exercise physiology, it's probably not the best course of action for you as far as efficiency, cost, time, etc. So asking for help either from a friend, coach, doctor, family member, and looking for sources. If it's something like business related and you're not very good at Excel, just learn it. There's 1,000 resources that would take you a day to learn the basics of it, and you'd be able to rock and roll. So those are two very small examples, but that's how you can modify your situation by managing your limitations and taking a path which suits your specific needs. All right. Number 3 is my absolute, it's not going to say my favorite because the bottom down here is my favorite, but this is a huge piece. Something that I've been practicing for about 6 months. It's very, very difficult, is surrender. As a kid, surrendering is a negative thing. It means you're quitting. And I'm not down with that at all. Never quit. So Buzz Lightyear is never quit, never surrender. Or never give up, never surrender. I'm sorry. Never give up, never surrender. I'm down with that, except never give up, but definitely surrender. So what that means, we're in a situation right now. And when we're in a situation we don't like, the tendency is to, I should have done this. I could have done this better. I should have done this. I could have done this. I should be here. I could be here. I should be here. I could be here. Accepting that you are exactly where you should be because that's where you are is a huge step. If you're not happy with that situation, this video is how to get past it, what to do, what are the next steps, all right? So surrendering to your circumstance, surrendering to your situation, it just means you are very honest with yourself about your starting point, right? If we're playing Monopoly, we all start on go. There's no weirdness in there. You're not going to say, I should be starting on one of the railroads. It's a ridiculous thing to say, but we do it in our life on a daily basis, okay? So accept, surrender to the fact that you are exactly where you're supposed to be because that's where you are. And if we're looking to make a change, let's start to make a change, okay? The last one, the main piece where, this could be the top, this could be the bottom, but if you forget everything else I said today in this video, take this. This is something we've been playing with for a little while, you versus you. So what that means is it's always you versus you, no matter what. Again, there are bad things that happen to everybody. There are going to be obstacles in your way, but it's up to you to overcome them. It's no one else's responsibility. And when I really get into the nitty-gritty of that, what I'm referring to is motivation. So we are notorious for looking at external ways to motivate. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's not wrong. But at the end of the day, you need to have it within you to motivate yourself. All right, it's not up to anyone else to get you out of bed, to get you go to work in the morning, or get you go to the school, or get to go to gym, or get you to go to the gym. It's up to you. All right. At the end of the day, these are your goals, they're your responsibilities to be better. So you versus you, going through the whole kind of construct of what that means to me is your reason why. Why do you want to go to the gym? Why do you want to go to work? Why do you want to go to school? Those reasons need to be stronger than the reason why it feels so good to stay under the covers at 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning or even 12 o'clock in the afternoon if you're a late sleeper. I'm not here to judge on that stuff, but it is ultimately up to you. It's no one else's fault. It's no one else's responsibility. It's all on you. So if you can hold on to that little bit of mindset, it's you versus you right here, you're going to win. You're going to win, guaranteed. So let's just go through the outline quickly one more time. We'll run through these cliff notes, and then I got a little surprise for you at the end of the video that I'm excited about. I hope you enjoy. So before limitations, we need to have a direction. So what do we want? Where do we want to go? Set kind of a target, right? Financially, professionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, in your relationships, whatever it is, have a target out there. Address your limitations, shortcomings, things that could get in your way. Address how you're going to handle those shortcomings through the modification steps. So are you going to ask for help? Or are you going to take on some new learning as you go? Those are interchangeable. Those are fluid. Not all will be asking for help. Not all will be learning on your own. There'll be a nice little mix and match throughout. Surrender. Have to surrender to your situation. So we've had our target. We've set our limitations. We've been brutally honest with our limitations. We have a plan to manage those limitations. Now it's take a breath, surrender to your situation. You are where you're supposed to be, and we're going to move forward, okay? And then you versus you. Know that it is on you. No one else is going to help. It's no one else's responsibility to get you moving towards your goal, and you are going to crush it. You are going to be head and shoulders above everybody else that's in this situation that's not really taking it too seriously. There's a lot of Netflix binging going on right now, which is fine. I'm a little bit guilty of it too. But it can't be all Netflix and cereal and toilet paper hunting. It's got to be, there's got to be some action. Work when no one else is working, and you'll be able to do what no one else is going to be doing in 10 years, 20 years. So keep that in mind. The little treat I have for you guys, if you need help with anything, I have a link set up that's going to be attached to this video in every avenue we distribute it. It's a link to my to schedule an appointment with me. I'm giving time for free during this global crisis. So what I want to be a a beacon of trust and hope and support for you. Whether that's most of it's fitness. That's what I do. I'm a fitness guy. But if it's health, fitness, you just want to talk, you want to yell at me for 10 minutes and then hang up. However I can help you kind of navigate your personal list, and maybe it's you need help on exactly where you want to go, or finding out why you're not happy in the situation, or just talking about why being at home for 4 weeks is horrifying. That link is available. I want to be available to you guys to help with any of that stuff. So thank you for watching the whole video. I saved that little link for the end just so you guys get the love, and thanks for tuning in. Peace.